Hello, good morning to everyone. So today I am going to discussing about the quantum mechanics of the atom. So before going to the lecture, so we have to discuss about the atom. So what is atom? Do you know what is atom? So atom is the smallest particle of the molecule. So atom is the smallest part of the molecule. So this atom, can we distract into different pieces? No, we cannot break into different parts. Why? Because this is the only smallest particle of the molecule. So coming to the atom, so why we are specially reading about atom? So each molecule, we can make into different particles into molecule, and every compound we can break into different particles, right? Different pieces. But atom we cannot make into different pieces. So it has special characteristics. Atom. So before discovery, there is no discovery about the atom. So when J.J. Thomson discovered first, atom, so he started studying about the atom. So actually atom, what exactly atom? So atom contains one of the nucleus. It contains proton plus neutrons and electrons that rotate around the atom. So what is electron, proton, neutron? So they have charge. Okay. So they have contained some charges. So electrons contains negative charge, and proton contains positive charge, and neutron contains neutral charge. So due to these charges, so every compound, so we can be studied through this atom. So now we can discuss about the J.J. Thomson model. So basically, studying about the atom, before discovering of the atom, J.J. Thomson. So people think that there is no atom located in this universe. So when he discovered, so he told that one model. Okay, what is that watermelon model? So when you saw watermelon, you find out that there are multiple seeds embedded in the watermelon. Have you understood? So when J.J. Thomson, he revealed about what is atom. So how it exactly looks in the atom. So he told that. So there is atom. It looks like it just given one of the example about the watermelon. Okay, how watermelon looks like the electrons which are embedded in the atom. So how he was compared to watermelon to atom. Do you understand? So this is a watermelon. So like watermelon, how seeds are embedded into the watermelon, like same in atom also, the electrons are embedded in the atom. So but this model, somewhat is understandable, but one of the scientists was that Rutherford. So Rutherford, he is not accepted this model, and he made some of the changes. So he made some of the changes into his model. So what he exactly did? So Rutherford, he performed one of the best experiment, you can say. So that experiment is alpha ray scattered experiment. So what is the name of experiment? Alpha ray scattered experiment. So in this experiment, what is he going to discover? So he performed one of the experiment. So he set up an experiment. So he took a gold foil, gold colored foil, okay, and he was supplied some of the alpha ray, okay, alpha rays. So when he supplied some of the alpha rays into gold foil, some of the alpha rays, they are deflected into different directions. So if he entered that 20,000 alpha rays, so among them maximum of the rays, okay, they are deflected into different directions. Only few of the alpha rays, they came back to into 180 directions. Remaining all the light alpha rays, they are gone to different directions. Understood? So finally what he concluded here means, so atom contains empty space. So atom contains empty space, but the electrons which are contain negatively charged. So the electrons contain negatively charged. They are rotating around the atom. Okay. So what is the difference? We can see here the J.J. Thomson model and Rutherford model. So J.J. Thomson model, what he told that the electrons which are embedded in the atom. But here, coming to Rutherford, what he told here, so the electrons which are rotating around the atom, okay, around the atom. So this is the main difference you can observe here. Okay, understood? So next we can discuss about the Bohr model. What is that? Bohr's model. So we know that atom contains protons and neutrons, and electrons, they are rotating around the atom, okay. So Bohr's model, what he discovered, so how electrons are rotated. So with how much amount of energy required to rotate around the atom, so how exactly it rotates. Okay, so Bohr, he was discovered that the atom contains some of the orbits called as subshells. Okay, so they have some of the subshells. So these subshells are there. So these subshells have each subshells have one electrons. They are continuously rotating into their orbits. Okay. So each subshell have one electron. So they are rotating in the subshells with the same energy. So there is no energy changes. There is no energy more required. There is no energy losses here. It rotates continuously with minimum amount of energy. Understood? So here you will see that there are number of electrons. Okay, they are rotating in the subshells, but it required only same energy. Okay, it requires same energy, but you can observe here. So, but this electron have minimum amount of energy, and this electron have minimum amount of energy, and this electron have minimum amount of energy. So, which electron contain more energy now? So, this last one, okay. So, when the electrons, when the subshells, more space with the nucleus, so that the electrons has the more energy. Understood? So here we can write it as like some subshell K, L, M, N. Okay. So we can write it as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So here there are the different subshells. Okay. So when energy, so each subshells, it rotates with the each electrons it is rotates with the minimum amount of energy, right? So you can write it as MVR. MVR, why? Because so each electron it rotates in angular momentum. So angular momentum in the sense with a minimum amount of with a minimum like movement, it contains movement and certain velocity and radius. Understood? So whenever so when the electrons enter into transition state means so these electrons need to so the first subshell electron it need to enter into this second subshell. So then what it requires? Listen. So this electron it's rotating the K subshell. Okay. So this electron it wanted to jump into the L subshell. So then what it required?
Increase the.
So yeah, it needs energy. So whenever the radiation or energy added to the observe any electron, so they enter into the transition state. Understood? They enter into the transition state. So if energy is loose, so it come to again into the ground state. Okay. So when energy is loose, E2 minus E1. Okay. The frequency is called E2 minus E1 by H, Planck's constant. Understood? So this is called as Bohr model. So what you understood through this Bohr model? So each electron, each atom, they have some subshells. So each subshells is increases with their increased energy. Okay. So each subshell, the atom contains subshells. So this atom, they have some subshells. So when subshells increases, the electron energy also increases. Understood? And they move with a certain angular momentum. They move in their subshells with certain angular momentum. So through this model, we can find out that. So through this model, so what we exactly learn? We can learn through this model. So we can learn through this how much energy the electron, with how much energy it is rotating around the nucleus, around the atom, and what is the radius? Okay, what is the radius of nucleus to the electron rotating in the position? Okay, we can find out through this model. And this model has some of the postulates. Yeah, so this is this model, they have failed to explain some of the facts. So this model only explains about the single electron molecules like hydrogen and lithium. So these only molecules get discovered. So wherever wherever the molecules, wherever the elements containing more than 2 electrons, so it is failed to explain that. It is failed to explain that model. Okay, how electrons rotates. So that's why this model not accepted to everyone. Okay, this is called as Bohr model. How many minutes?